guys, I can't stop. I can't stop making new strats that beat everything. So for today's episode, we are going to be showcasing pretty much the minimal strat that you need. I consider this probably the easiest strat in all of the game at the moment, this patch, to get day 100. It doesn't use Draconic Spear. It doesn't use Dark Orb. We don't use any Dark Necklace. We don't use Night Quill. And we still get day 100 only needing 2 slots. 2. Now, the whole run isn't with 2 slots. However, as you'll see, for the last 60, 70 days, we don't swap a single thing. We just run 2 slots out of 6. Now, funny enough, I do face Mr. Hung and Humble twice, both now on day 2 and on day 4. What are the odds of that? Now, I know you might be saying, oh, you're both bronze, whatever, but the amount of people that are bronze, especially that are doing this reset strat, to face him twice is quite funny, and I happen to, I think, lose to him both times, so who knows what we would have gotten without facing him, because we could have scaled even harder. Now, this strat also has infinite scaling, so you can scale it basically as long as you possibly want, and it does have to do with the candle strat. However, the Mimic Rod is not necessarily our main generator. Now, I'm not going to say too much other than that, and I am going to post the full video as I yapped the entire time, so there shouldn't be too much dead audio. And lastly, the things that I wanted to say in post-production is just that this is probably the best strat that you can do on this patch, and I will be doing a written guide for both my Endless run, where I made kind of Draconic Spear into Cobalt Spear all the way to day 100, and this one, which we get to over 185 billion damage before anyone can get a shield off. So the only way you can tie this is to kill before your shield would go off, so you need to kill with damage. Now, we don't necessarily have any shielding of any kind, but I like to make builds that, let's say, are unbeatable, because the only way to beat it would be to get 185 billion HP. And just for a reference point, the world record at the moment is 35 billion. So I don't even know if there will ever be something that can 5 times the current world record, which means that this build will forever be immortalized as the first ever unbeatable to any standard. You only would be able to tie it, and assuming this stays in the pool for a long time, you will always have to tie this build or you will lose a life or 3 lives, depending on when you face it, right? So thanks again for watching. If you want to keep seeing me innovate and you are excited for the written guide on these 2 strategies that I came up with on my own, but I mostly perfected using items and stuff that most people are not using. I feel like almost every build right now is people either doing bow or Cobalt Spear. However, this utilizes no Dark Necklace. No Dark Necklace, no Dark Orb. That's something that I don't know has been done too many times, let alone the fact that I only used 2 orbs. That's a long-ass intro. However, it's a long-ass video, so I hope you enjoy. If you do, like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get right into the live commentary. Okay, we need to get the Crook upgraded. I'm not going to worry about Simple Curses. There it is. Nice. I was doing that just in case I couldn't get thing in time. Like, in case I needed the money. And I'm not going to buy this because I'm looking for the upgraded Night Bloom. There it is. Holy. The run went from really bad because I was losing too much to actually really good. Now we don't need these anymore because we're going to get the last fragment, of course. Get these. And these are plenty of crit, but we want to use it anyways, so might as well put it on that. Put that there. And we have this, so we can put... there it is. Now I'm going to try to not use Dark at all in this strategy to show how broken it possibly can be. And I have a new way that I think is really good for scaling. So hopefully you enjoy that. I'm not going to worry about that. I mean, this is probably fine. Honestly, I'm just going to sell that. I don't need the damage. I guess we will grab goblets. This is like no damage, it's fine. Getting a simple curses here would not be bad, and we're not gonna do the method we were doing before. We're gonna actually do the normal one where you just put one of each debuff on it. Maybe two of each. Like if I had two. Like that. Okay. Now we have $80. Hopefully we get something worth putting in. I mean, this is good, but not. That's good if I get the thing. If I get what is it called? If I get goblin on something, but this is fine. We might win too fast with this, but hopefully we beat everything, so that's the most important part. If I can get a simple curses to 2-star, we'll obviously get rid of this. But for now, we're just gonna be rolling for that. This is actually my first try out of this strat, so if it actually is a day 100 run, then hopefully that proves... I mean, you don't have to believe me that this is my first try, but if you do believe me, then well, this is the truth, so... this would be a very easy showcase of how broken this is, or can be. So let's look for the simple curses now. We have 28 rerolls. We're gonna hopefully get it to 2-star if we do get it. I mean, that's fine. Take that. That's okay. Sell this, because I do want to do this. Get this to 1 second, get this to 1 second. Put that in there. Unfortunately, I don't think I want any more dream catchers. I really want some simple curses. Time pendant probably not that important anyways. Okay, that definitely want that. Maybe I should have made this 1 second. But getting Crook low would kind of hopefully help me win every single fight. I'm not gonna do the slot buffs because I want to prove to you that this really is not necessary. Get this 3-star. I'm gonna try not using the Draconic Spear at all. I don't even think I need to. Or the Horde. I'm not using Horde. I'm just gonna not use... Right now, for some reason, I'm in like this mode of like, I just want to not use any of the OP stuff and just still make it happen. Because I think that's cool. That's what we're doing. Alright, we're looking for the... That's good. That's good too. Yeah, we do need that. No. Where's the simple curses? Does anybody know? Like, is there anybody around here that knows what's going on with that? Sell this. Do that. What if I did this? Holy Chad. I don't really care about any of that. Okay, that's Goblin. Nice. I guess I could sell this. Yo. I mean, at some point I gotta see the simple curses. The only way. Once this goes off, though, it's gonna add so much bleed plus this. It's so much damage. Oh, never mind. This guy's a protector. What a legend. Only 2 vials, bro. Crook is a freaking shell of what it used to be. but I can't find the simple curses of destiny. I don't need that. I'm not gonna go for that right now because I'm freaking broke. Is this a joke? How much is this at? This doesn't matter. I don't even need the dragon orb, by the way. That does nothing. Sell this. I mean, honestly, we'll sell this for now. It's whatever. I'm trying new strats, guys. Okay. I will feel in not a great place if I don't get a Simple Curses to 2-star very soon. But other than that, I basically have the whole setup that I want. If this does become a video not using Goblin Wagon or Horde in the early game, and not even 2-starring, like using 2-starred Dragon's Orb or whatever, that'd be quite insane. I can't even use the, that's funny. I can't even use the Simple, I mean, I'm not even gonna use Simple Curses anymore. We're just gonna, I can't sell it yet. I need to get a Mimic Rod to, 1 second. And then we're literally not even going to use the freaking Simple Cursor. We're just skipping it this game. Three seconds. Oh, nice. This got the upgrade. That's huge. Okay, now we can't lose to that. Put this there. We want to get Goblin Essence on it. If this doesn't matter, but if we get the other one that gives Goblin items, what's it called? We're not using that. We want one of those at some point, but we're broke. Honestly, let's just sell these. Grab that. We're gonna put this in here for now. There it is, okay. So, because this is just, what, 5 seconds? Okay. Which means we can get rid of the Lost Fragment. No, I can't. Oh, man. Oh, no, I could just get rid of this. Because I want to get one of these in there. And then we get... Where is it, man? Oh, there it is, Wrench. Put Goblin on this so that every 5 seconds this will put a multicast on this, and then this will put a multicast on this, which was on this, and boom, 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 and there it is. And we should make a lot of money from this, which means that we can get rid of that. We still want this stuff. Now we're gonna use some free rerolls, and we're not buying anything unless it's a Mimic Rod, probably. Alright. We're taking that. No dark, though. We're not doing dark. Okay, any upgrade is good here. I don't think we care about getting Pandora's for one extra round. We can't afford that, so it's whatever. I mean, I might as well just sell this, right? Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. We have 100 rerolls. We're in a good spot. I'm actually interested to see how much I get from this. And we definitely are just going to scale all the way. And we do like 0 damage. Like, this is so good for a setup. It's permacasting now. I feel like 500. Actually, not bad. Okay. One of those. Okay. That's good. If we can get this to, actually, let me see. I kind of want this to be 1 second. I mean, I might as well use all my rolls, right? Trying to think of what's the best things to look for. I mean, this would be good if I... Nah. Is this 1 second? No. I have $6,000. Let me just buy whatever looks good to me. Hopefully I get at least 1 Crown Forge here. And then these 2-star would be really nice. That's fine. Need to not 2-star the Astral Hammer. I want a 2-star Lost Fragment though. Well, actually, I mean, it's fine. That's good. Okay, I think it's a right-click angle now. Awkward. Awkward. There's one. I'll probably have, if you're watching this, I'll probably have explained in the intro what kind of challenge I put on it, because right now I have an idea, but I don't want to say it in case I do end up doing it, because I do want to still get a day 100 win. To showcase some strats with you for y'all. But you'll see I'm avoiding taking a lot of stuff because I think that I can really show off something cool. I won't even buy this for now. I'll buy it, whatever. Okay. Okay, let's do this. We might as well just put this stuff on. Make that lower cooldown. Why not put crit on that? Yay. Right click of destiny. Oh. Another goblin's nice. And then the rest we're gonna just level. Because we're gonna make plenty of gold after this anyways. Hopefully we get 1,000 gold. I mean 1,000 every time now. That would be ideal. Looks like we are. That's nice. Okay. Now we gotta make some changes. Okay, let's put one of these in there. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna use all of these potions. Because I don't think there's anything that we... I mean, I guess we want to keep the cooldown stuff, right? But that gives us 100% of, what's it called? That gives us all of the stuff in there. And we don't really care about the rest. I think we can do this to not have to use this goblin thing anymore. We don't need this anymore. Fudge. Oh, we do need the goblin thing. Okay. Because this is the new strat that we want to do. Literally exactly like this. Is perfect. Didn't I have one of these that was lower cooldown? Yeah, 16 seconds. That's better than nothing. Okay, so we want this to be low cooldown because it's not going to have multicast. Sell that. Sell that. Because this is basically our setup. We need a 2-star this, 2-star that. We need a 3-star bunch of stuff. Okay, apparently Crown of the Queen, whatever. Crown Forge can be in the red ones too, which I've never seen, but I was told, and I believe. I believe when I see. No. Yes. Okay, now it's literally just Crown Forges that we need. This gives us our... We always want Potion of Appearances. If I get a katana, it'd be nice. No. No. Crown Forges are lit. Those are huge. There's a Crown Forge. Boom. We can do this. Now you might be like, yo, bro, you're crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy, bro. Let's get it. But yeah. This is fine to be 3, and assuming I can get this to 1 second, it'll probably be able to get 1,000 per round. And then this getting would be, the round would be over too fast. Right now. This is what we're cooking with, but which means that I can put a bunch of these. It doesn't really matter, but if I end up wanting to get rid of this, then that is why we would do that. Doesn't matter what we put the crit on. The damage we want on something that has no, that we're not even using. Just like always. We still want this in there. Oh, what the? Like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we put it on, because we're probably gonna keep the Night Bloom in there, to be honest. I will still grab that stuff. We do want dark, what's it called? We do want dark orb at some point. But we're gonna have to get it normally. And just so you know, if the title says something about not using dark, I meant start of combat, and also, I think cursed items don't count as dark. Maybe cursed shield, but definitely not dark orbs. I feel like dark orbs is its own thing, and you kind of need it, I mean. Actually, we don't even need dark orb. I'm the GOAT. I just realized I was thinking about that, and I don't actually need it for the strat that I'm going, which you might be like, nah, that's not possible. Trust me. It probably is possible. Maybe. Was that transform? I don't know what that small transformation thing even does. Okay, we'll take 3% more luck. Even though after this round, we're gonna definitely have it anyways. Okay, we'll level a little bit more. Alright, let's see what happens here. Maybe having this, I don't know. We want ink and then moon veil. That's what I'm thinking. That's at 9. We need more on that. Okay, we want a katana naturally. That way we don't have to, use the anvil at all. Okay, so we don't, let's see. Do this first. We don't want to use the moon stuff, so we can set up the other stuff. Everything else is fine to use. Actually, I'll keep the multicast too. Because why not? But I'm not using dark necklace, so no matter what we do, we're not using dark necklace. Let's get this to 1 second. There should be 1 second. Okay, so then we can just lower this as much as possible. 3 seconds, good. Which means we need 30 multicast. We want ink for sure, and a katana. That's good. We will now put that on. Is this permanent? It is. Okay, we'll put this on so we can get rid of this after. Okay, we want katana, ink, moon veil. Moon veil. Okay, we'll right click a little bit. Like I said, I'm getting that in case I end up not wanting to use the recharge rod for a round. The nice thing about this strat is you basically take whatever you get from the lucky shops. A lot of them are good. There's ink. Okay. They put this in there. We need a 3-star at first. I guess we didn't need a 3-star that after all. Multicast, multicast, multicast. We'll do that for a round. We don't need that anymore. Get this lower. One of those. One of these is fine. put damage on this because we're getting rid of it anyways. Crit on this. Max HP. Now we're probably not going to even use that, so we're going to start putting it on our Pandoras. Now that's another thing that you probably haven't seen before. But we're cooking, guys. We're cooking, trust me. Trust me, trust me. Nice. Now we definitely want more crown forges. Basically more everything. Potion of appearances are huge. I should probably buy a candle at some point. Crown forges are the most important though. Kind of. I don't know what my obsession is with those freaking treasure chests, bro, but I feel like I have to pick them up. No, we're not gonna open presents. We're too rich for that, man. Oh no, I need to look for crown forges. Okay. I'll only open the ones that can give me crown forges. Ah, shit, yo! I remember, sometimes I get ahead of myself mentally. I also want to look for royal drops because that gives me more crown forges. We don't even really need the katana, but I want to try something, so. We don't need those anymore. Pick another one of those. Those, that, boom, boom, boom. And if you're liking the fact that we're innovating basically daily at this point, please like the video so I know that I should keep improving my content, the channel, and my life. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Lol. Unstable transformations are cute. We need that katana though, for sure. And if we see a frozen jaw, hopefully we pick it up. No, we definitely don't want to put damage on that. This doesn't have damage, right? Fine. It's at 2 seconds now. Heal's probably better. Honestly, what if I just do that this round? That's moon, right? Yeah. Might as well put it on this too, because why not? Let's just see how strong the opponent looks, and then we'll go based on that. There's a frozen jaw, nice. Multicast, because why not? I mean, I think we're gonna win like almost instantly, which is why I'm not thinking that I even need this, but... Oh, okay. We're not gonna do that this round, because we can do it next round. Yes, we will do it this round, because at least I'll get the multicast. Bomber! Like, dude, I don't know, man. Well, the thing is, this is gonna win probably before this even gets a cast off. But if I do it like this, then I don't even need Moonveil next round. So, yeah, we'll do it like this. And it will probably be done with the Night Bloom for this run. Let's finish getting this, or start getting this to 3-star. No, like not do that. Okay, it's time. I'm whooping this guy, bro. Trust. Watch this. Ba-boom. And we still got 60 from that. Oh, keep in mind, this only casts like one time because we're not going dark. But that's all we need. Okay, so we're gonna want to get this to 1 second. We do. We want this to 1 second. We do. And we might as well keep this in. We don't need this. We might as well ink the stuff that's Pandora's that we don't give a crap about. Okay, so now we can literally just put everything on whatever. Put everything on this. Because there's nothing we actually need. Multicast is probably fine to not need, but we'll keep it. Okay, whoops, I forgot that I put something over there. We'll get that. One of these. Restarting that is not good. Let me not do that. We want 1 on each of these because this gives 4, right? Yep, so that'll get those to 10. Just permacasting, and might as well put it on this. Because why not? Now, we're going to save up on Crown Forges, Mirror Elixirs, Potion of Appearances. I mean, this doesn't matter. Put them all on this because why not? And Morph Potions. Those are the most important stuff right there. We will try to get... Oh, I already did that. So we want to get this 2-star. We want to get this 2-star. Which this should get 2-star from this casting. Hopefully this goes off and gives us at least 1 katana. Most important. Okay, it did. Okay, check this out. We got the katanas, we got a 2-star of this. That's good. We don't want a 2-star katana, we want 1 star. There's no reason not to put stuff on there. Oh, we want witch potions as well. So starting now, we will start keeping our witch potions. We want this to be 3-star. This to be 3-star. We don't need the Mimic Rod anymore, however, we will keep it. We can transform that at some point. So here's what we're gonna do. Like this. Actually, we don't even need this anymore. Just for proof of concept, this is gonna be our scaling setup. So, we might as well start putting we're gonna make Astral Hammers our hit. I mean, our Potion of Morph or whatever. Orphingtons. So, we want all our Potion of Appearances on the Astral Hammer the whole game. And then we want a Witch Potion and Morph. We will be using rerolls and stuff. This isn't going to be the fastest run ever, but it is the easiest setup if you don't mind doing the dragging a little bit. Well, there we go. We got an Astral Hammer just like that as a 3-star. So if we wanted to win instantly, we're going to get Witch on that and it should just pop off. But we have 207 Pandoras right here, which is going to be giving us an extra 200 potion belts. And then this will also be stacking a ton. If we wanted to, we could do another setup of Mimic Rod plus for 1 second, plus 10 multicast here, and then a potion belt above, but we're not going to do that. It's too much work. Not that I'm lazy or anything, but I'm lazy a little bit. A little lazy mode. Okay. We basically wouldn't have to use the shop at all. Like I said, I'm not using Dark Orb, so the goal is just to be as scaled as possible with the Pandoras by the time we would need the Dark Orb. We gotta just make sure we get every witch essence that we see, every crown forge, and potion of appearance also, and mirror thing. So there is a decent amount that we want, but it's all like, it's all stuff that you get from lucky shops, luckily. I mean, I guess he could manually buy like a bazillion freaking candles, but I'm gonna hope that I don't need to do that in strat, because I'm gonna get so much, some ungodly amount of free rerolls after every round. And just to be safe, before I use my potions, I am always gonna sell the potion belts, because with this strategy, you don't actually need to have them perma stored, which is a huge bonus. Saves with lag and stops from crashing. I'm not sure if I would crash, but I'm not gonna risk it. Here's the Dark Orb. I'm gonna keep it there, but we're never gonna use it. Mark my words unless you don't mark my words. Now what I could do is put dark on this stuff and then make it 1 second and whatever, but there's no point. I like the idea of titling it No Dark Orb, because I mean, there's no way anyone's ever hit day 100 without using Dark Orb at all. You know what? Just to not be tempted, we're selling it. Because I really do want to be able to title it something along the lines of like World First No Dark Orb day 100. Shit. I missed Essence's Sag. Oh, this is purple, so maybe we should grab purple stuff. You want witch essence on that for sure. This probably already has witch, right? It does. Witch on this one. Now you might be thinking, like, why do you even have katanas in there? And I promise you there's a reason. That's all I will say for now. But I did think about, you know, maybe not even using it, and then I decided that because of how crazy I want to scale, I think that it is important to have that as well. But trust me, it'll make more sense when you see what I'm going for. I'm just gonna start putting the damage on this, just because it doesn't matter. Because we're gonna because we have enough ink to just put it on there. Get that. And then we're gonna just for the sake of staying consistent, we're just gonna always throw our mirror elixirs onto the candles, and then our potion of appearances onto the astral hammer. I don't know why I went black rose. I don't need it. We're not using it. It's not needed. Also, we're not scaling max health anyways, so it wouldn't make sense. Okay. And we can just get rid of those. Keep that. Get rid of that, might as well. And there we go. Now we're gonna make a new Pandora slot while winning every round for free. Just like that. 144 extra mimic rods. It will lag a little bit, but it is what it is. It's worth it, trust me. Okay, now let's get rid of everything around the witch potion, so I know not to use it. Get rid of all that stuff. And the rest of the stuff is fine, whatever. Now we're gonna just throw it all on this. We have extra inks, so it's no big deal. If it does go down to 1 second, it's okay. Just for fun, we'll put this on there, and that on there. Just make sure I didn't accidentally add extra damage. I didn't. Seconds. Okay, we're chilling. All right, there's that. Go into the shopping. We can sell this now. Sell this, and go back to what we were doing. So go here. Boom. Boom. I'm trying to think of if I should get rid of this mimic rod just for the sake of like the title, like scaling with 3 items. I probably didn't title it that because I probably just ended up keeping this just because I want to have a really crazy game, but just know that this probably could be done as soon as you get like 200 Pandoras if you're doing this setup for scaling. Okay, we're gonna want to start. We're gonna start transforming probably soon, but I don't want to do it until I have enough appearances that I basically only transform into the thing. So we'll just keep the witch essences like this for now. Actually, what I could do is put the potions right now that I want to keep down here. That way I don't get confused. So we'll do a shopping spree real quick and do exactly what I said. Put it down before I go into the next fight. That way I don't accidentally use it. And it'll be a good way to keep track of what I want to keep and not keep. Take witch. The multicast doesn't matter anymore. Let's stop buying that. Round forge. We'll still buy the candies just in case. I really don't want to take a random loss. Especially because I'm not going I don't have a lot of max health, which is also why going candies is important. Because I'm not going dark orb, so hopefully I can survive the 1 second or whatever. Which I probably won't once I get into the 20s, but we gotta do what we can to prevent whatever we can prevent. I mean, in my opinion, if it even wins me 1 fight, then it was worth doing it. It's not that much extra clicking. I need to stop doing the left click only stuff though. I don't know what was up with that. We don't need the multicast. Let me stop getting that. Still do these. Royal drop would be nice. You know what? I'm probably not going to do this just because I don't want items. Let's just stop doing that too. We're just buying potions for you. Potions and candies. No more gifts. We don't need those anymore. The funny thing is, I don't know, like, I mean, I probably keep saying something about, like, it being my strat or whatever. But, like, I haven't seen anybody try any of this stuff. Like, I've seen, you know, Elma made a video, or not video, he made, like, a post on Reddit of similar idea, but I don't think he actually did, like, 2 item only scaling. I think he had 3, maybe, with Astral Hammer. I don't think it's been done with just 2 items. And then also not using like goblin stuff this time around and stuff like that. I haven't seen that. So yeah, I also haven't seen people use Pandora's to the highest degree that you can, which is cool. Okay, is this everything? The Astral Hammer back out there. These. And then I guess a candle. We'll do that real quick. These down here. Put those down there. Sell this. And yeah. Alright. Okay, if we lose, it's okay. This is pretty much the like perfect scenario. We actually get to fully scale against this guy. Like, this Pandora's is gonna be freaking fat. Yeah, 1,000 copies. I don't think it can even get any higher. Okay. Perfect. Literally perfect. Thank you. Shout out whoever that was. I took a loss, but at the end of the day, that's a win. So let's get started. Sell Mimic Rod. Sell this. Sell this. Now you might be like, yo, bro, why are you selling all this stuff? We'll keep it, but you'll see, we don't actually need it anymore. So, here's what I'm thinking. Got witch on that. Okay, we're not gonna delete. We're gonna use them on this. Sure, we'll use it on Potion Belt. Just because I need to not accidentally delete the potions that I want to use. So I'm slowly going through these. Make sure there's nothing that I'm worried about. Basically, the main things is we want to keep our witch potion, which are up there. I'm not even going to click nearby. Everything else doesn't matter. So we're gonna do a small scaling here. You'll see. And then we're gonna You're okay. Don't worry. This, you might be like, oh, yo, bro, you just used all your potions. I know. Because we just have to win the next fight to get a bunch, and then we just need to win like 2 more fights. But we're gonna start scaling right now. So I can show you how easy what I'm talking about is to pull off. So let's use the rest of these on this. And then we are going to... Does this have witch? It does. Okay, that has witch. Now that does too. If it has witch, we're putting it up here. This should have witch. It does. Witch, 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 witch. Okay. So, what we now want to do is restart all these candles. Do this. No lag so far. Very, very impressed. All right. I shouldn't have done that. Don't mouse over that. Good to know. Restart this. Now what we're gonna do is we need to get this 1,000 cuts right here for this astral hammer to a really solid amount. Let's put everything up here, and then we're gonna just buy random stuffs. Just so we can at least start the scaling of everything, but you'll see that the candles, we need more candles for sure. But let me show you what we're talking about. So now we're gonna look for getting a bunch of astral hammers, hopefully. And then every time we get an astral hammer, we put a witch on it. Oops. Do that first. And you might be thinking I'm using too many unstable transformations, but trust me, if I did the theory crafting correctly, it won't actually matter. Good. The goal here is to use basically all the potions we currently have, as much as we can at least, to then be able to one-shot the next opponent. And then, like, basically after every round, we are going to we're going to do what we're doing right now with a bunch of potions. That way we don't lag too bad. And we're generating a bunch of potion belts, which hopefully doesn't crash. We definitely do need more candles, though. By the way, people are 100% gonna think I cheated this run. Well, I just realized that right now. Like, there's no way that people don't complain that this is like a cheated run. Okay, so for now, let's just put this stuff away. Put this out there, this out there. We want 1, 2 potion belts in there. We might as well use these, it doesn't matter. We want to use it actually anyways, because that gives us more damage. We keep all this stuff. We're actually going to put it all down now. We don't need this Pandora's anymore. We might as well sell the stuff that that's like the non-stuff. Do we do this just to get a little extra damage? Sure. Let me make sure I don't accidentally freaking buy something that ruins me, bro. Okay. Sell these. Wait, what? Oh, I was holding X, not S. Jesus. Okay, might as well just throw these on. Okay, put everything down here. Okay. So now even if we win instantly, Ooh, I should have put crit on that. Fudge. All right, we're gonna look for it. We need crit. I didn't think about that. I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal, but hopefully we do get the crit. Oh, there we go. Just needed 1 candy. I forgot about that. There we go. And I put the damage on that as well. There you go. Let's look for a little bit more candy, actually, because that'll actually give me the extra damage I kind of need. All these potions are fine. We can literally put all potions on this astral hammer, except for that one thing I just bought, the potion of destiny, potion of the mirror elixir. Sorry. I'm mostly just looking for candies at this point. Okay. I know I could have taken the potion of appearance and the mirror elixirs and stuff, but I'm trying not to make this like the most annoying run to watch in the world, because I know there's going to be a lot of buy phase stuff because I'm trying to like min-max it in between rounds. But I also don't want to go too fast, because if I accidentally buy 1 astral hammer, then the run is cooked. And I have to redo all the scaling and stuff. It'd be really annoying. This is enough. We're good. So we're gonna do max health last. Okay, this is how we when you have this exact setup, if you're following this as like a guide or something, when you have this exact setup, you put potion of appearance there. You use these before you put anything on the astral hammer. You should probably, even before you do potion of appearance, you should always do this, just to make sure you don't accidentally use a mirror elixir on your hammer. Now you can use everything on the hammer. Damage doesn't matter. You actually want damage. So you'll use crit chance if you've already gotten the 100% crit chance, because you're not scaling it any other way. You use cheaper rerolls. Then you're going to use, in my opinion, shield, then healing, then damage, and then lastly, max health, because max health matters the most. Let me go D&D on Discord so you don't have to hear that again. I apologize that you had to hear that at all. And there you go. And now it would be nice to keep the candles up here if you're already 3-starred or whatever. I'm just to prove I don't need it. I'm gonna sell that. And this is it. This is basically the thing. If everything is done correctly, since I have a melee slot, I do put it up here. 52,000. If they don't have a dark orb, they will be definitely dead before they get a thing off. This guy does have a dark orb, but I am doing plenty of damage. 1.5 mil is what they kind of have to beat. He doesn't have a dark orb, so. But look, as you see, we got 1,200 of these, but also we already have a ton of potions, which is what I'm worried might crash my game. So we're actually not gonna do anything. We're just gonna go into another one. We fought the guy again. Sure. It's getting a little laggy, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna sell these. And you might be like, yo, you just trolled it, the whole game's over, you're cooked. And to that I say, no, I'm not cooked. Because we're gonna scale this even more, and then we're gonna get a bunch from this. But what we need to do is get more, we need to get more candles and more astral hammers and stuff. And 5,000 is fine for what I'm planning, because it will get a bigger number, don't worry. But I didn't want to crash my game. I was getting too many potion belts, and I had too many potions. So you'll see. You will see. 3-star this, 3-star this. Now, one thing that we're going to do is once we think we have enough damage on this, I'm not using those. I don't care. Once we think we have enough damage on this, okay, 100,000. I kind of want it to be a little bit more. So we're going to just right click a little bit, let it get higher. And then we're going to use 200 of our Pandora slots on the candle. That way we don't have to buy any more for the rest of the time. So let's just finish using like the bottom row, and that should be plenty. Now we're not going to generate that many potions this round, but we're going to get another 1,000 potion belts, so we're fine. It's at 500k. I'm very comfortable with that. Because yeah, there's no way. You guys surviving that? So now we're going to get 200 extra candles, which we can 3-star as much as we can, and 1,000 potion belts. Now, ideally, you would have done this before, because I am going to start using these potion belts. I am going to start using potions with these potion belts, because I did it in the wrong order, but this is a strategy that I'm coming up with, so on the fly, so on, some stuff will be improved by you guys for the future runs, if you do run this. But if this is, if this works, this will definitely be the new, better than even my last one. This will definitely be like the thing to do. So yeah. Okay. So back to what we were doing. Astral Hammer, all of these motherfuckers. Or Potion of Appearance, all of these guys. Do it in this exact order too. My goal, just so you know, I might keep going with this. However, my goal is to actually do at least 60 billion damage before a curse shield can go off. Now, assuming you can get 2 hits off before a curse shield, then, or before shielding period, then I just need to do 60 billion, or I need to do 30 billion for 2 hits, which means that if I'm doing 6 times crits, then we need 5 billion damage on one item. That way it will do 30 billion in one hit, and then another 30 billion in the second hit before any shielding of any sort can go off. So that's the plan for the run. Now we did the witch stuff is going to be going up here. So let's just make sure everything has witch before we put it up there. And then we're going to get some more astral hammers, and then we're going to put witch on them, and then we're going to put them up here, and then we're going to use our potions, and then we're going to get more potions, and you'll see that's exactly all we got to do to get the number to where we want it to be. Now, if I push it farther and I do crash the game, this is definitely, as long as I'm doing the 30 billion per hit before I crash, I will 100% title a video something along the lines of day 100 strat, because there's no to my understanding, the world record is 30 billion, and no one has even, 35 billion HP. It was done by Sad Smurf, I'm pretty sure. You can check the wiki world record stuff, which is what I did to see that. I'm also friends with that guy, so I know for a fact that he has hit that, and he sent me the screenshot and stuff. So if I can even do 18 billion in one hit, which I've been close to, then wait, what? Oh, that's not a witch potion. Then I would already be able to beat every build ever created, or at least tie it. However, I'm going to try to do every build that's even possible, as I've talked to a lot of people about, what the kind of max that you can probably get to is. And most of the consensus, even though right now it's probably not even possible to beat the 35 billion, at least in my opinion, because of how much one-shot stuff you need. And if let's say you make a Cobalt Spear that can just tie everything, right? You're still not scaling your Solaris, because you have to tie basically every build, like, you know, throughout day 30 plus. You know, if the pool is all tie stuff and you have to tie every single build, then you're never going to be scaling. You're never going to be getting those 3 hits off. You might be able to get 3 hits off, but either way, you're not going to be scaling enough, which means that you can't beat that. So me going for a 60 billion before any shields go off means that this will most likely, at least this patch, never be able to be beaten, only tied. Whereas the other one, you know, at the time of making it was only tieable. However, if you somehow got the world record of like the theoretical max being 60 billion max HP, then you could beat that 1,000 cuts, because it was, you know, 34 billion, and then some guy, or that Smurfs, got 35 billion, which means that he could actually beat or survive my thing long enough to tie, or just, I mean, beat it in general. That's all you have to do is survive the 1,000 cuts to win. Whereas this one will be impossible to ever get your shield off, which means that it's impossible to beat, because you can only tie something if you can't shield it. Which also will tie into the fact that right now, as you're going to see by a lot, I mean, basically every strat that I'm doing, I'm completely throwing shielding out the window and making builds that don't even require shielding scaling, as that feels to me like the meta. And yeah, I mean, if I am able to make that popularized, then scaling, unfortunately for me or William or whoever is going for scaling of any sort, yeah, scaling will not be the meta until this kind of 1 second killing stuff gets changed. The nice thing about this build being you literally don't need to scale anything in the rounds. Like, I mean, basically the only scaling that I did was getting Pandora's big enough. No shielding required. There is a lot of out of combat stuff, obviously, but I mean, you're gonna have to do something if you want to make a build this powerful. But in combat, you don't have to worry as much about winning instantly, or like pretty much instantly, which is why I think Pandora's is very, very, very strong, and people should start using it soon if they're not already. At least I think this will take over the Mimic Rod feel or kind of strat once you have at least 1,000, or even, I mean, you could probably do without even going Mimic Rod at all, as long as you scale your Pandoras enough and you have enough rounds that if you get a replenish rod to 3-star, you should be able to get 1,000 Pandora slots before you have to start one-shotting everybody, which means you never need a Dark Orb or even to use any start of combat stuff, no Draconic Spear, stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, this'll, I don't know what I'm going to title it. It'll probably be an A/B testing. But I would consider this the easiest strat if you kind of understand it. Because it doesn't really matter when you get it, as long as you can scale enough to get 1,000, where literally, as you saw, my bottom Pandora slot, which is basically my whole generator, I got it in 1 round. All right, but I mean, okay, luckily I didn't put a potion of appearance on that. That would have sucked. Okay, I'm trolling. I need to stop doing that trolling thing that I'm doing. But what I was saying is, you don't need Dark Orb, you don't need to scale like a bazillion crit or anything. If you want to get a day 100, this really is very, very straightforward, assuming you understand like the basics of it, which is the whole point for a strat like this. Now we have 3,000 potions. I am going to use them before I go into the next fight, because I can't really take another loss, because I know there is a cheater in the pool that has like 10 trillion HP or something, which obviously for this strat, you could probably beat it with a Cobalt Spear. However, for this strat, yeah, we're not going to scale enough to do trillions in 2 hits. So we should be able to right-click stuff, which is so nice. considering how many candles and astral hammers we have. So yeah. Honestly, we should just be putting it on the astral hammer, because it's not like you can accidentally put the... Wait, did I just use witch? Okay, witch potions we don't want to use still. But it's not like you can accidentally use a mirror elixir or whatever, so... Wow, look at how clean that is, bro. That would like completely crash your freaking PC before. So yeah, W Bokari for that one. Put this to low, it doesn't really matter anyways. I guess we'll do that. It's kind of scary putting an ink over that. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I forgot that I had these. Well, that's awkward. Oh, not those. These. I forgot that I was saving my ground forges down there. So I mean, I could have just got even more. Definitely not the most min-max run, but like I said, I'm trying to like do new strats, so they might not be min-max the first try. However, this will definitely be good enough to post, as I'm almost positive that the sky's the limit for this. You can, if you have Pandoras, you can one-shot your way through the game while still scaling, which is absolutely absurd. And yeah, this, to my understanding, will be unbeatable, as you can scale to like, let's say 100 billion. So like there's no HP that'll ever be able to survive this strat, unless they made it so like crit chance equals HP or something, which there's no way that would ever make it to live servers. That wouldn't even make any sense. I am gonna look for something that has a charge, which I think I just missed something, because charge equals, I can use my charge stuff. So where is something with a charge without accidentally clicking something that would end my entire existence? I think this has a charge. I've never, not a single time ever, used this Conjure Spear thing. I mean, maybe it's decent for getting a little bit extra money, but I have never used it. Nor do I ever plan on using it. But anyways, let's put all of this on the Conjure Spear. 28. There you go. Boom, gone. One more thing. We will put another candle up here, as it does seem like we actually did get all of our candles 3-star. And like I said, I will... Okay, let's put this. We don't really need to buy those anymore. But let's put all these potions down here. That way, when we generate a bunch, we don't have to worry about it. We will keep our candles up here until I feel like I have way too many candles compared to crown forges. And then obviously we're going to keep generating 1,000 potion belts every time. Hopefully this stealing, what is it? Like 20 million, around 20 million in 2 hits will be enough to kill everybody. I mean, it's day 21, right? So unless I'm facing like a Super Solaris fella, 70 million damage should be fine. Okay, so we're going to generate, obviously, the candles, and then the potion belts. Honestly, I think I'm going to start deleting these. You might think I'm crazy for that, but I'm very worried about accidentally getting one Astral Hammer and then turning all of these Astral Hammers in, and like combining them. So we're actually just going to do that. And then we're going to do the same thing every round for now, until, I mean, probably for the rest of the game, to be honest. 3-star this stuff, as many as we possibly can before we do anything else. And then we're going to witch, or we're going to transform and then witch the hammers, and then we go from there. We won't do that either. Those are fine. We're not going to do those. We'll keep doing this. Just, I like adding the max HP candies for fun. Maybe that's kind of cruel, but I feel like anyone can get the enough HP to survive. I mean, enough damage to one-shot me. So just for fun, we will make it so we have a little bit of extra HP. So you have to... okay, thank God. Okay, that wasn't that big of a mistake. We'll just sell it. If you don't know what I did, I transformed the candle. Wow, I didn't get a single... I mean, I guess I could have Potion of Appearance first, but I didn't get a single... What's it called from that? So that's a little awkward. We will go back to... I guess I'm going to sell this stuff for now, because we don't have any more transformations. We will put the... We're just going to get 1,200 of these, and we'll do the candle at the end, because right now we did run out of stuff. So, yeah. What I could do, and probably should do, is use these potions. I mean, honestly, it's probably fine to use them. Because I have to stay one-shotting with this Astral Hammer for as long as I possibly can. So we'll do that. Because I really don't want to combine this. This will be my next combination thing. And then I really don't want to combine these, because that's the thing that I need to do tons and tons of damage with. So we're just going to go through and use everything while we generate more potion belts. And then eventually... we will be chilling. Okay. Also, just because we're nice guys, we are making this pool. Like, if you have to face this at day 23, bro, best of luck to you, bro. That is hilarious. And we're not even going to do anything. We're just going to generate our stuff and then go into the next fight. We're generating just... one tick. We're not even doing those long fights or anything crazy. One tick, we're just getting through these rounds, generating 1,200 potion belts, and then obviously the potion belts are going to be generating a ton of stuff for us. Hopefully we don't crash our game. 5,000 now, and then the next round we're going to generate candles exclusively. We're going to actually generate 2,000 candles. That way we don't have to worry about candles for the rest of the run, as we don't want more potion belts because we're going to be selling... like, we would have to sell them anyways. So, yeah. We're just going to do candles here. There he goes. And now we have to use them anyways, because holy lag. And now, hopefully, we have a lot of Crown Forges, a lot of Potion of Appearances. We don't worry about the Mirror Elixirs. And, yeah. We want to Crown Forge every single candle we have. It is starting to get laggy. But luckily, I'm going to try to keep potion belts. I was told that you don't have to sell potion belts. So maybe, as long as I'm left-clicking, I'll keep the potion belts. Maybe when I right-click, sell them. I don't know. It depends on how laggy I feel. Okay, so that's how many of those we can do. Now... let's see, we try right-clicking. Okay, it's actually really nice. Okay. Then we don't have to do that. Fantastic. If I don't have to do that, I mean, we're not going to sell the potion belts. However, I don't know if I should get more. I feel like I probably shouldn't spawn anymore. Because as long as this is like a sweet spot, what was it, like 3,000 potion belts or something? Like, that's probably fine to just keep that and then not worry about it. And in my opinion, this is the best state. Since I started playing the game, this is by far the best patch in Oaken Tower history that since I've played. I haven't played. I only started playing on release. I'm not an early tester or anything crazy. So this is I'm learning all this stuff at the same time as everybody else. There's no advantage for me on that front. So if you're seeing stuff like this and you think it's cool, we are on a race to see who can, you know, kind of set the standard, which is why I think it's cool personally to be able to you know, be the first one to come up with strategies and like define meta and stuff. It's also really good content wise, right? But I don't have any like pre-patch info to be able to know, like, you know, what the dragon pack does or whatever, right? And also this doesn't even really use any of the new items, which is kind of cool. But whatever, the one thing I was told is Sad Smurf told me that you can right click the stuff now, because I didn't plan on doing another macro video. Not because there's anything wrong with it, as long as it's allowed, then it's not, who am I to kind of care about that. However, as long as it was allowed, then that's fine. However, it's not really my thing, macroing and stuff, so I did it for the video, and then that was it. And then I wasn't planning on doing it again. However, since it seems like Vocari straight up fixed the lag to the point of like being unplayable and crashing your game, then doing this strategy makes it the easiest strat, but also the most OP strat, especially if you do this Pandora's thing, which I think is a complete game changer in terms of how long you're able to scale. Because I mean, if you're one-shotting everybody, then who's stopping you from getting 1,200 potion belts every single round? Besides your computer, maybe, right? But not having to sell the potion belts means that you can do this for like 3 rounds and then still scale as much as you want and do this for as long as you want, because you have no problem about crashing. And I really do recommend having a 3-star astral hammer, and having at least these 3 katanas. That way you can kind of do this until, like, let's say you had 4 health, right? Let's say I never lost to that one guy. I could scale with this until I stop one-shotting. Then I could get this 1,000 cuts to 3 stars, still not need a dark orb, and keep one-shotting. And then when that loses, then by then I could, kind of giga combine all these astral hammers. And then by then, hopefully, you're able to do the 60 billion damage in 2 hits. Also, that I just wasted that. That's unfortunate. 60 billion damage in 2 hits. And if you can do that, then GG. And if you do that, and you're still not satisfied and you want to keep going, you can keep doing this exact strat. The more potion of appearances you have, the better it'll be forever with your transformations. And then you can go for even more. Like, let's say I combined all these just to make sure I'd beat the day 100 win. I could still, for the rest of the game, keep the 3,000 potion belts or whatever and just keep doing this transformation, potion of appearance, combo, and just restart on a new astral hammer and make, the biggest freaking hammer of all time. Will I do that or not? We'll see. But, maybe I'll do the 40 billion or whatever, or the 60 billion on one hammer, and then maybe I'll say, like, this reaches day 100. You don't have to watch the rest of the video if you don't want to see me work on a new hammer or something like that in this video if I do decide to do that. But achieving the enough to be able to beat every build or tie every build in the game should not be hard in the slightest with this strat. So highly recommend, especially if you've never won in Endless. This, like I said, not only is it the best patch in terms of being like build variety kind of thing, I would also say it's the best patch in terms of like ease of getting to day 100. Now, if Vocari's listening to this and you're wondering how to balance the game, basically just make shields go at the same time as all this other stuff. Obviously, then everybody would need a shield. However, if scaling is the point of Endless, you don't really want it to be, in my opinion, right? And like I said, I don't have any influence aside from my channel. You probably don't want scaling to revolve around just getting a massive damage hit in the first second of the fight. Because then me, William, whoever is kind of going for endless scaling stuff, then we just can't scale. I mean, you literally can't scale if like, let's say this, okay, I'm trying to keep my thoughts in order while still giving decent advice. So if you want to have world records be beatable, besides the damage record on a weapon, you have, in my opinion, you have to make it so people can go 80 seconds, 100 seconds into a fight, which might not be ideal, especially if we're not adding a more than a 2x slider. But for people like me or William or whatever, like, winning too early, it can actually be a problem, and we have to kind of keep enough damage to always win while still being able to survive these hits and stuff. If this build that I'm doing literally right now in this video becomes the meta and everybody does this, there will be, until it gets fixed or changed, or the pool or whatever gets changed, there will be no world record for HP, for shielding, stuff like that, because you will not be able to scale. Because this build, if everybody in the community decided together that, the Grind Reporter, let's get him to 5 billion subscribers, and play his strategy nonstop, then this build will stop every single build. Like, because every time you face this, you have to win at the same time. You cannot get more health. You cannot get your shielding off. You have to win instantly, which, you know, could be good, but it depends on it all depends on what Bokhari wants for his game. If he thinks that that's cool, everyone one-shots everybody, you know, and just meet the threshold or else you lose, then that's fine. And then this is working completely correct, and don't change anything, because I do think that this is kind of the unbeatable strategy for this whole patch. But if this isn't the intended, then the change is you have to make her shield or shields in general proc at the same time. Now, there was a build that I tried that would require literally no setup, and it would be a speed run. However, you would need, I'm not going to say what it is, only Civil knows what I tried, and hopefully he doesn't leak the strat, but please, with that strat, so I'll just give a little hint for Bokhari if he's watching this, please please make everything with a dark orb trigger at the exact same time. So shields, everything. That way, you know, horn, whatever, like that would give the most like agency to the player. You can, you know, build a strat that like poison has to win at the same time as this and this, and in my opinion, that's probably the coolest thing you could do for endless. Obviously, with how much damage is in the game, I don't even think that shield would be like the only strat. But having shield be able to survive these one-shot stuff like non-bow or whatever would probably be really healthy for the game. But that's enough of me kind of giving my opinion on balancing, as I am not a dev, nor, you know, have I balanced any games before, so this could be completely off. That's just my opinion on how to stop, you know, my own strat that will definitely take over the meta if people see this video. So like if this video doesn't pop off, then, you know, maybe no one will see it, but I'm sure people will run into it, and I'm sure people will think that I'm cheating. Luckily, I am not, and I am able to showcase the fact that I'm not by recording my whole run. I have not been editing this because I do think that when I come up with a new strategy that I think is like game breaking, I try to explain it while also showing exactly how it's done. So if you are a, you know, min-maxer or whatever, then you can see for yourself exactly how I break the game, and you can kind of improve on the strategy yourself. I love when people DM me and say like, yo, this is what, you know, I think, as long as it's, you know, not like being an asshole, like you're an idiot, this is what I came up with, then that's different. However, if you're just, you know, yo, I think you could do this differently, whatever, then obviously then I can make a video, or even you could make a video or whatever, and I could react to it. There's a lot, like, sky's the limit in terms of that stuff. Now, as you can see, we're at 5 million. We have a ton of candles, a ton of these astral hammers, and we need more crown forges. We're not going to sell these. We have a shitload of potion bolts. As you can see, we have 6,000 potions though, so let's go ahead and just use them all and see how much damage we can get. As you can see, it does lag, so we are going to stop. I am committing to stopping getting more potion belts, so the Pandora slots are literally no big deal anymore, which means that I can showcase the fact that you only need 2 slots to win endless. Now we probably already, to be honest, we probably already have enough damage, because we probably have like 100 astral hammers or something insane. We probably already have enough to just combine them and maybe even make it happen. Because this is 13 million, assuming that we have 113 million. What is that? Who knows, bro? Who knows? Just know it's a lot of damage. If we, you know, times that by 6 for damage, and we apply the hit twice, I mean, it's pretty close. So theoretically, if this can't kill instantly, if we lose, we could have, if we had an extra life, we would combine this. However, if we lose one time, 100%, I'm just going to combine this and I'll start working on a new astral hammer if that's what I want to do. However, I'm not very convinced that that's something that I want to spend time doing. We are, of course, lowering the cooldown, putting in ink, lowering the cooldown even more. If you wanted to min-max this even more, which I will not be doing for the sake of my viewers, you could, of course, use your rerolls after every single turn to buy more crown forges, buy more unstable transformations, buy more potion of appearances, and more potions in general. It's not necessary. I'm not going to be doing it. However, that is an option, and I wanted to, of course, tell you about it. That way you know. But I'm not going to be using, just as a example for why I think this is the easiest strat in the history of the game and the most OP strat, I will not be using any rolls for the rest of the game. This is the final rolls, and as you can see, we are not doing anything with our Pandora slots. We're getting 3,000 potions every round, and if you wanted to, let's say, okay, just for the sake of showing how easy it is, if you wanted to, after every round, just go over here, boom, just do this, boom, 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 boom. Get rid of this because I don't know if it causes lag because I don't use them. And just do this, boom, go through everything, just literally everything. I'm doing this just to show you. You can even use your the witch potions. I'm not going to because I do plan on going a little longer, but you could do this and within, let's say 30 seconds, you can be in the next fight. Now I'm not going to do that because I do want to make sure that when I do get to the next part, I am able to kind of do it. But like when I do finish my build, that I will be able to have the 60 billion because that's kind of the idea for the video. But you could do exactly what I just did, and then just go into the next fight, and you don't have to sell your potion belts anymore. So you just keep scaling. I don't know how much. Someone can do the math on it if they want to. I have no clue how many potion belts I have to be making 3,000 potions per thing, and I'm not gonna mouse over it, but I don't know what a 2-star potion belt usually even gives. So yeah, if you want to do the math on that, feel free. But once you do this, you could just do that. You can go to this, put these on after every time if you wanted to. But look at how fast you could be kind of cycling through rounds, which is also why it's completely broken. And like I said, at the end, we will combine. We do actually need it to be 3-star. So I will, after this round, just to make sure, I'll keep 1 mirror elixir, and you should do this as well. Oh, let me put these up there, actually. Just so I can remember that these are the ones with witch. You need to get 1 mirror elixir here, or you don't really need to because you could get it from your shop. But just to be safe, 1 crown forge, 1 mirror elixir at the bottom. That way, when you do combine, you can get it to 3-star. That way, you don't need the dark orb. If you didn't do it that exact way, you wouldn't have the dark orb and you'd be screwed. But as you can see, I mean, no one's even close to surviving this right now. And by the time they would be able to survive it, I'd have a better one that would not be able to be survived. So let's get 1 crown forge. Put it down here. 1 mirror elixir. I mean, I know I got one. I just saw it, but I didn't want to go through a bazillion potions to get to it. And now it's hiding. There it is. So let's just use that. Put 1 down here. Now we have the witch potions, potion of appearances, and we will do a little bit of that. I did showcase kind of exactly how you can do it. However, I do want to finish this build by making like a record of some sort. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Now, I mean, I have no idea how much, if you scaled this every single round, you got Pandora's with 3,000 and you're doing potion belts and then you sell the potion belts and whatever. I have no clue how far you could get. Okay, so that is not my wheel of expertise. I'm not like a mathematician or anything. I just know, when I find a thing that I think can break the game, you just push it to the max and then you make a video and then you let the mathematicians do the rest. So that's not my wheel. So if you know how much you can do, or if you have the time and you want to, you can min-max this and do the exact way that I said, which I'm pretty sure is the max you could do, and see how much. I mean, see how much you can get on a thing in one hit if you added, you know, the grid and whatever, like, or you just did, like, let's say you did Astral Hammer and you did a Katana and you got them insane and whatever. I personally think it's better to just have one or the other with the Potion of Appearance. That way you can have it in your melee slot. But, you know, you could add in Draconic Spear and a bunch of craziness. However, the whole point of this is to make it no counterplay. No counterplay build. You die instantly. You can't survive it. You can't get the world record to survive it, especially if this becomes the meta. And that's the idea behind the build. Is it evil of me to be putting a build this broken out into the universe? Who knows? Will I share any build that I come up with forever that's completely broken? Of course. I mean, that's the whole point of having a channel, is to be able to broadcast breaking games. That's what I did on Game Bolt Plays and found success doing. That's what I'll be doing on this channel. So if you are enjoying the content, especially me yapping for so long, explaining everything and the whole thought process, please like the video, comment, subscribe, add 1,000 subs, which hopefully will be within a few days. I will be releasing the 2 strategies that I came up with, when to reset, and an exact written guide of my strategies. So if you want to see that, definitely let me know if you're looking forward to that. And then once I hit 1,000 subs, that will be my 1,000 sub special. I was going to do a face cam, but I got some hate for that. Apparently that's not something people care about anymore. So understood, don't worry about it. Maybe in the future, but I won't be putting, like, you know, any pressure on it, or even, like, I guess doing it as like a gift thing. Maybe the written guide and more game breaking videos as consistent as possible will be good enough for those people. So we do have more transformation stuff, so I guess we just gotta keep doing it. And at this point, the transformations, the nice thing about this strategy is the transformations basically count as if, like, when you transform into a Astral Hammer, that's basically as if you got a, like, having Astral Hammers and Candles 3-star as, like, ways of scaling, basically, like, at least doubles your productivity, or, like, your need for Crown Forges and stuff. So it's actually really nice to be able to put the Witch Potions on these Astral Hammers and not need as many candles. But like I said, I think if you're ever doing this strategy, doing this Pandora's part, one, helps you win basically every fight, because you're doing, as long as you can you can 1 second permacast it, like, you're gonna beat basically everybody from day 10 to 20. I mean, day 10 to like 25, to be honest. But you might lose to a guy that has his setup early, which is what you saw. But that's actually good for you if you have the 3-star replenish rod, because you'll get to your 1,000 pretty much guaranteed in that one round, and then you don't need to scale ever again. If you have 1,000 Pandora slots, I would say that you are plenty scaled, and you can start working on kind of just getting a bunch of potions, and then Potion of Appearancing, and then Unstable Transformation and stuff like that. Just I think, even though when I've done something in this run that I wouldn't consider optimal, I have said it. So luckily, if you're listening, then you will know what I think was and wasn't optimal play. I would say, however, that this run was near optimal, or close enough that if you followed this run, you would 100% be able to reach day 100, and you'd be completely broken. Like, you'd probably be able to beat almost any build. If you did it, if I said almost, because I don't know if you'd min-max it to this extent. If you did it exactly like this video, you will be able to beat every build ever created and ever created in the future of this patch, because it is not possible with the items that are currently in the game to get more than 60 billion, especially with the pool full of these one-shot builds. Even the bow builds, even if you would get your 3 Solaris procs off, however, you would not be able to... What is happening to my free thing here? Oh, that's kind of not looking good. However, you would not be able to scale throughout the round because you can't survive that too much damage. And now I have to be careful with re-rolling because I am worried that I'm going to accidentally buy an Astral Hammer, and then I'd either have to restart the scaling, because I'm not restarting the video because I've explained too much of the strategy, and I mean, if let's say I combined it right now, it probably beats 99.9% of the builds in the game. The only one I would lose to is probably like the world record one from Sad Smurfs, in which case, you know, then I would, between now and when I face him having 35 billion HP, I have time to work on a completely new one with the Potion of Appearances I've already put on. I should be completely fine. And as you can see, I lag like an absolute madman when I mouse over the potion belts, so let me not do that. I'm down to sell the candles that are not 2-star at least. We need to keep that one down there for the reason that we were talking about, being if I need to 3-star my astral, that way I don't need the dark tag or dark orb, then I need to have 1 mirror elixir, or of course I could get it from the shop, and I need to have 1 3-star to make it indefinite triggering on the start of combat. So we ran out of transformation, so now is the fun part. We go through every single potion, hopefully don't crash our game. If we do crash our game, then GG. However, the strategy is OP either way. You just don't have to push it to the limit like this if you are worried about a crash or something along those lines. Now, buying inks are actually important at this point, for the sheer fact that you want to be able to use your time tonics and your time vials. So yeah, that's about it. So we aren't going to use our witch essences, as we are going to try to keep scaling with more astral hammers. I might do, just for fun, I might do a video where I purposely crash the game doing this, see how much the kind of stress. Oh, you know what? I will be doing that as a part of the written guide. I'll crash the game intentionally, and then I can tell you kind of an idea of when it'll crash, like how many potions and how many potion belts, and that way I might even post it just so you can see it in real time. However, that would also let you know exactly what the threshold is for my computer, but obviously bad computer, whatever, could give different results. So it's not like a guarantee that you won't crash until this point, but it will be at least a reference point for you. But yeah, I don't know how many. Now, keep in mind, I have no freaking clue how many astral hammers I have, like 1-star astral hammers or anything. So I could be way over the damage amount that I want, but it is what it is. I mean, there's no way for me to know. Get rid of Starlight Potion from the game. At some point, okay, petition. Let's do a little petition. At some point, I should try to get. I'm gonna talk to Civil about this. Actually, this is a cool idea. I think it'd be cool to have my name on something. I mean, this isn't an ego thing, because I don't think it's even gonna happen. But how cool would it be to have, I feel like I've brought a decent amount of people to the game, or at least to the endless mode. So having my name on something in endless would be cool, like an endless item. Not one that's not already in the game, but like, let's say, the katana, or let's say the astral hammer, just freaking the grind hammer or something. That'd be cool. Just because I feel like coming up with all these different strats that have not been showcased anywhere, and uploading this consistently and stuff it'd be cool. But I mean, look, I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. Just saying, if you're watching this, it would make my whole year to have a item in the game. And it, obviously it would help keep me motivated even when I feel like there's not that much to do in between a patch. Then I could, of course, keep grinding, because I could keep going for the record with my own item. How about that? Pretty freaking lit. Now, that's just an idea, and I'm just obviously thinking out loud. But I think it would be really cool on the devs end as well to kind of reward a creator who's uploading, like, you know, spending hours a day coming up with content and then filming it, because I obviously most of these aren't one take videos, and resetting and whatever, and then kind of shining a light on the scaling and stuff, and new builds and stuff. And you know, I've gained about 1,000 subs in this month, and most of it being from Oaken Tower viewers. Now, it's not going to be the only thing I ever post. However, if I have kind of a like a keepsake in a game, that's obviously going to keep me in a game for much longer, because that's freaking lit. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, because I feel like to some people it might come across... Ooh, what happened here? I don't even know what happened there. But to some people it might come across that like I'm being like arrogant or something. In no way, let me just preface this real quick. In no way do I think this will actually happen, okay? I'm just saying I think it would be really cool if it did happen. But like I said, I'll stop talking about it just in case it's annoying some people, thinking that I think that it's actually going to happen. But let me know in the comment section below if you think that's pretty cool, or like you would think that that is a thing that could happen, or that, like, not that is deserved, because that sounds stupid, but like if you think that's a possibility in the future or something. And then obviously if Wakari sees it, then that'd be cool for him to confirm or deny, like, yo bro, you know, kind of drop it. Or, you know, if you get enough people to sign this or like this video, or your video gets 50,000 views or something like that, then we'll talk, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. Either way, I'm not gonna, this isn't like a, like I said, I'm gonna stop talking about it, but either way, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop posting on the video or whatever if it didn't happen. This is just like this, I mean, hey man, I'm just talking, right? Like, whatever happens, happens. We're gonna get rid of the mirror elixir and put those down there. I just fucked up. Darn it, man. Okay, so getting candles 3-star is gonna be a pain in my ass now, man. Gosh darn it. Okay, well, basically, we can count together how many candles that I have 3-stars. So right now, I think this is either 16 or 20. Let's say it was 20. So 24, 3-star. I mean, obviously the 2-stars are going to go down here. But the reason I didn't want to do that is because now I have to go through every single freaking candle to put the 2-stars down there, so I have something to put my crown forge on, and then the 3-stars up top, so I know that I have the crown forge on them. I mean, obviously I could do without doing that, and then like just do what I'm doing now, but instead I would put crown forges on. But I don't like to, organization wise, I don't like to have 10,000 freaking potions and 2 plus 3-star candles in there. But as you can see, the Pandora's has done me very good justice. I don't have to buy the candles because I just used them for 1 round of scaling, and I got, or 2 rounds of scaling, and I got like hundreds of 2-star candles. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to do this for that long. I feel like I couldn't possibly have that many. What I could do is move these and then do, now I can do 6 instead of 4. The funny thing about doing what I'm doing is there's no scaling, right? So basically the entire game, you have to tie this build. As soon as I started doing the Astral Hammer one-shots, like, you have to tie it or you're gonna lose. Because most people probably won't have the HP on the day that I have it, because I went full scaling mode, right? Obviously, Goblin, Dragon, stuff like that can beat it. And before I had 3-star Astral Hammer, you can have a Dark Orb and beat it. But it just it adds a crazy strong build to the pool. That's all I was saying. Okay, it appears that I have way more 2-star candles than I thought. Okay, there's some more candles, 3-star. More candles, 3-star. I lost count. This is probably like 36 or something. 37. Oh, you know what we could do? Use a freaking potion and then see how much it's giving to each item. And then you can just divide that by 20. Wow, we have a lot of 3-star candles. Jeez. Holy moly, man. Shit. Dude, I'm on a roll with messing things up, man. Shoot. I have to go find the freaking 3-star astral hammer now. Let's put this over here. Okay, well, on the bright side, this will help us figure out how many astral hammers I have. Maybe I spread them out a little bit. Looks cool. An unbelievable amount of astral hammers. Let me not accidentally sell it. Might be cool for a thumbnail though. Let's put this down here. And it will, yeah. Yo, am I going overboard or what? Like, yo, bro, this is about to be the most insane freaking, this is about to be the most insane looking, I'm gonna get an insane number, I think, on when I finally, I mean, how, dude, okay, we have the thumbnail, it's fine. Let's just, I need to get this 3-star thing now. Okay, there it is. Okay. Not bad, man. Holy moly. And put this in there. And this is at what, 36 mil right now? Plus like 100 or whatever plus I have of the thing. Now, 1 second. Hopefully I can still hear things. My cord on my headset just got freaking whooshed. Yeah, I can. Nice. So between these 3 things, I have 1,000. So either candles, 3-star, astral hammers, and then however many potion belts I have. But I can't, I'm not gonna do anything. Okay, I can only hear out one ear. Oh no, I can hear it. What am I doing, bro? I don't even know why I'm freaking buying. I'm good. I'm chilling. Okay, let's just keep doing exactly what we're doing. We keep one-shotting everybody. As you can see, this guy has 7 million HP. We're doing 1 billion. Okay, we'll go one more. Okay, we're at 7,000 again. Remove that from the game. Okay, time to 3-star these. It's always gonna want to be your first thing you do when you're at this point. The reason being, each one increases the next, like increases how much you get by that for the next one by 20. Okay, now we want a potion of appearance. A bunch. Okay. Imagine I could get it so like almost every single transformation gave me a astral hammer. Like if you can get, okay, the farther you go, in theory, the easier your like the more you can scale. Not only because you have more candles and more astral hammers scaling each other, but also because you're gonna get more unstable transformations, because that's just how it works. The more potion of appearance you have, I mean, more astral hammers from the unstable transformations, because you're gonna have a higher likelihood to get the astral hammer. Now, I don't know anything about that, like in the code, what it's like or whatever, but like, so I don't know if you can get it to 99% or like if you're even close, or if it like stops working after 30 potion of appearances or whatever. I have no clue. But that's just a guess, right? And I mean, it would make sense with the information that I know. And now, you know, min-max wise, you'd want to, every time you turn one in, do this. Every time you turn one in, you would want to put witch on it and then put it up there. I did just right click, which obviously isn't the optimal whatever, right? However, I think it's okay. We are going to use these just while we have something that has a charge. This is going to be another long video. However, I am going to post the entire footage because I do think that some people might accuse this run of being cheated in some way. And that is bad for the brand. Like, I don't want people thinking that I actually cheat. I just want them to think that I'm crazy at coming up with good builds that break the game. Like, I'm good at breaking the game. That's better than he's good at cheating, because I don't cheat. And you can see exactly the whole run, so you know for yourself that this shit is legitness. And like I said, if you want to see 1,000, if you're still listening to me, yeah, bro, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. W plays in a month is crazy, especially long form. I grew a short form channel from like 0 to 10,000 in a month, but short form is not good. And so I burnt out. And you make no money on short form. Gosh darn it. However, this one, I think I have around 35,000 watch hours at the time of recording this, which means that a lot of people are watching my videos for a very long time, which is awesome. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm thinking of how cool it would be to have like just something in the game, like when you 3-star a freaking astral hammer, bro. Like, come on, you know how cool that would be? I just don't think it's gonna happen. But let me stop talking about it. I'm sorry. I just had never thought about that until like just now, and I'm like, yo, that'd be cool. But with that in mind, I'm going to go as far as, I'm going to scale this as much as I possibly can. So people see this video and they say, yo, this guy's got to be cheating. Let me investigate. And then they investigate, yo, this guy's not cheating. What the heck? He's freaking cracked. Let's go. That's a W. The crazy part of like the fact that Bakari's the freaking GOAT in the aspect of fixing this not needing macros, bro, this run is, let me see, I've been recording for 2 hours. I would be 1 FPS macro, not even doing anything, just the macros freaking playing the game and move, like playing the game meaning the macros just freaking dragging, boom, boom, drag. Like, dude, the fact that Bakari fixed that, so like if you wanted to do this strat, all you have to do is freaking like just scale it well is like actually legendary. And that's not even like freaking glaze. Like that is, for in terms of like how the game should be played, you should not ever have to like macro to do a viable strategy. But also 1 FPS is not fun for anyone, right? Like it's not good for the viewer, which is why like I sped it up like 10 times or something for those videos. But it's also not fun for the, like, it's a really fast track to burnout for a content creator to, you know, if I wanted to push the limit of a game, I have to spend 6 hours like basically just staring at my computer, dragging for me. And then, you know, when I originally did it, I did it by hand, and that's even worse. Like my freaking arms going numb, dragging potions, bro. But like, you do what you got to do. Also, I'm scared that I'm gonna accidentally transformation my astral hammer that actually has stuff that I want. So we're gonna just move it out of the way because there's no point in having it up there anyways. I need to not what's going on here? I can, with this in mind, I can also just put a bunch of like an extra few things in there. Let's put this there, this. We're just gonna use all our transformation. But yeah, the long-winded way of what I was saying is, I mean, it's so cool that you can do this strat and push it like even more than ever before, by adding, you know, the theory idea or whatever that I came up with, the Pandora slot utilization, while being able to right-click and actually enjoy your time. It's been 2 hours, and I've obviously been doing a lot of extra stuff, to like, you know, make it a easy thumbnail or title or whatever. But if you wanted to do this and just get to day 100, you could do it and not spend 5 hours. You probably could already be going to day 100 or already have hit day 100 just off of, I mean, 100%. If I combined literally everything right now, I could, like, my astral hammer like would beat every build. There's no way that it wouldn't do 30 bill, because this is way more scaled than I had for my other astral hammer sword build, whatever, and that could do 30 plus billion. It wasn't 35 billion, so that's why it was actually survivable, but this one can't. There's no way that this couldn't kill literally everything ever made. Now, whether it hits 60 billion or not is a different story. I have no clue. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure. By the time, if we do combine this while it's like we're still actually able to freaking play the game, then it will 100% be doing the 60 bill. And if it isn't, I'm gonna be very sad. And I mean, who wants to see me sad? Don't answer that. If you're one of those people, just don't hurt my feelings, please. You know what I realized? I need to put crit on one of these. That way when it combines, I at least have a little bit of freaking crit. Because if I couldn't, because it doesn't come with crit when it's 3 stars. So if I didn't do that, then imagine I had 60 built on my item though, and I don't even need crit. That would be freaking aura. One thing I want you guys to do, if you are here by the time that I say, I'm going to verbally say that I'm going to combine before I do, because I want you all to say how much you think I'm good. Okay, for fun, right? If you could predict, actually, dude, there's no way to tell, unfortunately, if somebody watched the video first before guessing. But if you predict that, like, exactly how much, or close, because there's no way that someone's going to be exact. But if you predict how much I get when I combine, that'd be really cool. And I might consider putting that in the written guide. However, like I said, I'm pretty sure someone's just going to watch the video, see what it was, and then be like, oh, bro, you know, put a little under it, and there you go. So maybe I won't put it in. I'm not gonna commit to putting it in the video, in the written guide, just because I don't want people to cheese and like put something really close just for the sake of that. I want you to try to be a honest, hardworking guy and just guess. What do you think when we combine it, it's going to get to? And if you are close and you know you didn't cheat, then that's pretty freaking legendary. All right, so we're going to put this down. So now we have plenty of witch potions, or witch things. We're still at 1180, whatever, that's fine. We're at day 32. Ooh, that's a little bit of lag. All right, that wasn't good. Something happened lag-wise. Okay, when it seems like it's too laggy, we're definitely combining at least the one Astral Hammer. We'll probably combine all the Astral Hammers, and then that'll leave a record for me to beat at some point. Okay, so Potion of Appearance. Bam, those. And we're gonna, okay, let's, you know what? We're at 2 hours and 11 minutes into the recording. So, I mean, I might have done one try before this or something. I don't know. I'll have to check because it's a blur. But let me go through. As soon as I finish using these potions, I'm going to combine the Astral Hammer and we're going to go to day 100. And let's just see in a 2-hour run or so, close, how much we can get our Astral Hammer to. If it doesn't do 30 billion in one tick, or like in 2 hits, I will be very surprised. So that's what I'm going to say first. And second, I'm going to be very sad. And that's about it. But I will beat this eventually if this video does like absolutely insane, because it's really cool and I could keep going. What I did with the 35 billion and I think even the 10 billion, I stopped when I got super laggy. I think that's good to do for content wise. If you don't care about content and you just want to do it for fun, then obviously you can just literally go until your game crashes, and then hopefully you had some sort of screenshot or something, be like, yo bro, I was at 50,000 potions and 400 candles and whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could do whatever you want, but when it comes to content, like, I know as a viewer, if you're watching this far into the video, you probably want to see the final product, right? So with that in mind, that's what we will do. And hopefully it does reach the expectations that I have, and hopefully you have as well, considering how many Astral Hammers plus witch potions we have. Honestly, combining it might crash my game. Now I'm thinking about it, having witch essence on like 100 items might not be good for the game to compute when I combine. But what am I gonna do at this point? You know what I mean? As you can see though, this is a proof of concept of how much more often we're getting the, okay, well, now that's embarrassing. Okay, but how much more often the transformation is giving us Astral Hammers compared to earlier. I mean, look, we're okay. All right, okay. Well, wait, hey, but it is more. That's all. That's what my point. And if you there's 67 more game. Nah. There's 67 more rounds in the game, so you obviously could scale this. Literally every round you could be spending your stuff and whatever. But I'm not gonna do that. So now I can sell that. And yeah, that's it. Let's use all the potions now, and then we will see what we end up with when we combine it. Now, one of the things okay, I don't know if this is going to be the title of the video, because I think I ended up coming up with something cooler than what the original plan was. However, the title of the original video was going to be winning with two slots. So no dark orbs, no start of combat scaling, 2 slots, that's it. And winning the entire day 100. Now keep in mind, I did use slots beforehand, right? It's not like I was 2 slots the entire way. But I'm gonna obviously, if I title it something like that, of course in the intro we'll mention that. That way I'm not scamming anybody. But I think it'd be really cool to showcase that you don't need Dark Orb and you don't need 6 slots to beat day 100. You just need 2 once you've scaled. Whereas, you know, a lot of these other ones need the sword, like the small sword or whatever that reduces shielding, and the war horn and the bow, and you don't. Nope. No sir, no sir. All right, that's it. So this is it. Here we go. We go here. Dude, I'm worried about it. I'm just gonna buy one. No. In real fashion, let's pretend we made a mistake. Boom. What? Do you have to buy it? Oh, please tell me you have to buy it and it's not. What? Wait, what? I didn't know what just happened. Okay, you have to buy it. Okay. Wait, what is that? Okay, 5 billion. I have no idea what's happening. Like, where did this just get even more damage from? Oh, is it because I moved it? Yeah, okay, it's because I moved it. There it is. 6 billion damage on an astral hammer. Is that 6 billion? It is 6 billion. So now, if we wanted to keep going, you know the vibes. We could just put anything in these slots pretty much, but you'd have to start unstable transformation, put the witch belts on, you know, get more candles, whatever. So, but for the sake of lean, we're selling everything and we're going with it. And then just for the sake of doing it. Oh shit, I didn't. There it is. Hey, there you go. Just for the sake of doing it, we got, just on the other thing, we had 135 mil, but who cares? We're selling it. Can we get another ink? Now, this is not necessary in the slightest, but I'm gonna do it just because. And obviously you could go for candies for the rest of the game too if you wanted to be a rude dude and get a bunch of HP. But we're not a rude dude. We're a nice guy. Right click until we find some ink, and then we're gonna get rid of the Pandoras. That way, when I send this screenshot in the Discord, nobody knows this strat until they watch the video. Is that evil? I don't think so. I think that's very kind. There it is, ink. Boom, boom. That's it, bro. Two weapons. Or 2 items is all we need. We're gonna get 100, day 100 for free. As you can see, when it triggers 5 times because they don't have a freaking thing, we hit them for 180 billion. I'll show after every fight. Actually, I'll show the Dark Orb fights and stuff, so, or at least the close ones, like when we tie like this and it's whatever. Okay, this guy is a Dark Orb. Let me show you. We still triggered 5 times. I guess it just triggers 5 times. I don't know. 180 billion then is the HP to beat. So good luck to that. Dark Orb, 180 bill. Okay, maybe it just triggers and does 180 bill every time. Yeah, okay. I mean, there you go. You have to get more than 180 bill, I guess, to survive this. Yeah, 180 bill before shields go off. Wow. Okay, that is way better than I thought. That is funny. I'm gonna get a screenshot of that against somebody with a Dark Orb. That is so funny. Okay, there we go. We got the screenshot. Put this in a random thing so I know. Okay. Mr. Sad Smurf. Man, I don't even know if there's a point of showing the damage after everything. Because it's 183 bill, bro, like every single time, and no one can survive it, so we're guaranteed to win every time. Maybe towards like the later days, we'll see if there's anything cool. How many? So I got 5 triggers off. They get 3. Thing. Testing mode. This guy always gives me some trouble, bro. Not anymore. Next time we face him, if I didn't see the bow until too late. Next time we face him, we'll check it out. Can't see it, unfortunately. Okari. How much HP does this guy have? 100,000 million. 7 billion? Doesn't matter. Because I got 180 billion damage, buddy. Bob. Bob down. Mr. H&H. What in the world was he going for this run? This is just a Giga Shield. H&H. That's Smurf, my boy. It's cool to do this and then face like my friends, like H&H and Sad Smurf are like people I talk to about strategy and stuff. Now, when I say it's my strategy, it actually is my strategy. However, some stuff I talk to them about. But like me and Sad Smurf, like we talk to each other, but we keep some of our like big secrets. Like he's keeping some secret about how to get the max HP record, and I said, yo, you can keep the max HP record because I'm just gonna make something that can never lose. Verse H&H again. I actually had a run where I faced William twice in the first 4 days. I don't know what was up with that round, but that's how it goes. But as you can see, I mean, it is literally, we overkilled by an absolute crap ton, by the way. This was not needed to be this broken. And like I said, you don't need it to be this broken either. It's me, dude. Old me. Bolt. Another H&H. We're just fighting this guy perma. Luckily, I haven't faced the cheat. There's one cheater that is really easy to beat. Named like Fuzzy or something. And then there's some other guy that has like freaking 100 trillion HP or something. Like that guy is not losing, bro. So, maybe you can beat him with like a bow or something, but he's not losing to this. And there it is, y'all. 2 items. I will copy the build code for any of you that want to try to beat this. Best of luck to ya if you do try to beat it. Fight the oak. Now, don't expect this to be a high number. I don't have any horn scaling. I don't have that much crit. Like, it is what it is. This was literally just meant to beat every single build ever made and probably ever that will be made. Because I doubt that Bokhari is going to make a build that, I mean, a way to get more HP than 180 billion in a reasonable manner. I mean, that doesn't sound balanced at all, even though this probably isn't balanced at all. So yeah, like the video if you enjoyed. 2 items that can beat Endless. Pretty cool if you ask me. Yeah, road to 1,000. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, y'all. Wait, actually, before I end the thing, let me show you what I was running. So these are my packs that I turned off: Frosty, Holy, Elven, Storm. I was using these even though I didn't utilize Dragon or Goblin very much. I used Dragon Orb, I think, like 2 rounds. And these are the items that I've been running. However, I'll write more about them, or the perks that I've been running. I'll write more about them in the written guide. Definitely let me know what you think about the idea of having another written guide if you enjoyed the last one and stuff like that. Thanks again for watching. The grind never stops, and Grind Reporter is now signing off.